I told my boyfriend of 3 years that I wasn't sure/ready to get married because of our current situation, and now he's upset with me. Am I the asshole? So, my cousin is getting married. I'm invited, and so is my boyfriend. He's my partner of 3 years. I am 23, he is 25. We were talking about outfits and stuff for the wedding, and eventually the topic of marriage came up. He brought up he wanted to get married and said he wanted to either be married or engaged by the time he was 26 because he wants to settle, which is next year. Obviously, since we're together, I assumed he meant he wanted to marry me. I told him I wasn't so sure about that timeline, as it's very soon and we still have things we need to work on, and I wouldn't want to rush into it. For context, I have been sick for the past year. In terms of cancer, the effects, the treatments, the surgeries. I have good days and I have bad days. It has affected our relationship. He gets overwhelmed with everything going on with me. He switches between being supportive and taking me to appointments to being distant. I don't make him do anything for me. I'm still very independent, and any help or support he gives is completely up to him. I don't ask for anything or expect anything. Even when he is with me, he will spend most of his time playing on the computer, ignoring me. Physical affection and intimacy has severely decreased, and I just feel like more of an ornament than a partner. And it seems like he just doesn't want to acknowledge what's going on. I have tried talking to him about it, but obviously most of the time was just too tired to even acknowledge what's going on and be the only one to talk about it. I am finally in remission and still recovering, but better. I explained all of this to him, how we need to work on those things, communication and being a couple again, how we were before I was sick. He got upset and said, if I didn't want to marry him, then why am I leading on him on? I explained to him I did want to, but I want us to have a more solid foundation before we make such a big commitment, as it's only gone downhill over the last year. Now he's upset with me and saying I've been leading him on because my goal isn't marriage with him. But that is my goal. I just want us to be solid again, and if he wants to marry me, I don't see why it matters when we are married. My parents were unmarried for 25 years and still had 6 kids and a working home before they separated. It just never seemed like a big deal to me when it happened, because it won't fix a relationship. Am I the asshole for being hesitant? I don't think I'm leading him on because he's so upset, and my mom says she can see why if I basically said no to marriage. Edit. For slightly more context for why I have stayed and wanted to work on this. Despite how poor his support was, he and his parents were and are my main support system. I have no contact with my dad, and my relationship with my mom is rocky at best. My siblings are all 19 and younger, and I'm the oldest. I couldn't imagine burdening them with my health because they are children in my eyes, and I played a big role in raising them. So, whenever I saw them, it was only on my best days when I would have the energy to see them because I didn't want them to see me sick. And I don't often see my friends or have many friends. He showed up every week and was there through my surgery recoveries and my treatment recovery. But it was the time in between those when his support would drop. And I kept being told by doctors and other patients how lucky I was to have a partner that stayed, because most women lose their partner during cancer. I know this is probably screwing with my perception, but I don't have anyone else to fall back onto, hence why my first thought is to fix it. I do believe that the diagnosis may have scared him. We're young, it wasn't expected. It doesn't excuse his behavior, but it may explain it.